And we have the next teller. Now, our next teller is an author of many books. She is a teller of many tales. She's got a partner in life and a partner in storytelling who's her mama, but her mama's not here. But that's okay, because she is a story and a half all on her own. Let's welcome MyLinda.
You know, I used to go to this school. And it doesn't look a whole lot different than it did when I was here. But I won't tell you how long ago it was.
Yes.
My parents used to go to this school too.
They did. Awesome. But today, I'm here to tell you a story about little bunny Fru-Fru. Not this one. Y'all know this one. Little bunny Fru-Fru hopping through the forest, swooping up the field like a Pokemon. That's a silly story, and it's not the truth. Did you know that's not the true story?
Yeah.
It's true. Did you know his name really wasn't Fru-Fru?
Yeah.
His name was Fred. That's true. His name was Fred, and all of his friends called him Freddie. Well, here's what really happened. Freddie was the youngest of 20 bunnies.
Wow. Whoa.
Yes, his mom had a whole lot of bunnies, and Freddie was the youngest. What? Do you know what happens when you're the youngest sometimes? And you have lots of brothers and sisters? Yes, ma'am. You get picked on. Well, Freddie was so small that he could fit into doll clothes. So his sisters used to dress him up in all those cute little frilly dresses. And so they started calling him Fru-Fru. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like to be called names. And Fru-Fru was not a very nice name, do you think?
No.
Would you like to be called Fru-Fru?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so either. But they did, and as he got older and finally outgrew the opportunity or the chance that his sisters could dress him up anymore, and he couldn't wear all those cute little dresses, they still called him Fru-Fru. But really, Freddie was a very nice bunny. And he liked to play with the field mice. It's true. The old story has a little bit of truth. He did like to play with the field mice. And he liked to play a lot of fun games. He liked, for one thing, he liked to run. Well, he didn't really run. What do rabbits do? Hop. And when he started running, he sang this little song. He said, hop, 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 I like to hop. Can you do that with me? Hop, 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 I like to hop. Hop, 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 I like to hop. So whenever he starts running, we're going to do that, all right? So, okay, here's the field mice, and here's the bunnies, and they're all out ready. They're going to have a race, and they say, on your mark, get set, go! And he starts to run, and they go, hop, 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 I like to hop. Hop, 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 I like to hop. Hop, 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 I like to hop. Oh, man, he was fast. And he gets to the end and goes, woo! I'm the winner, woo! And he was very excited. But there was another game he liked to play. He liked to play Duck, Duck, Goose.
I know the name.
Who said that? Come up here. Oh, wait a minute. I need some more. I always have to get somebody all the way in the very, very back. You in the orange.
Yes.
And let's see, you over there. And you right there. I need you to come up here to the front.
Sit.
Okay. Are you down? Sit down. Oh, wait a minute. I think I need one more. It's so hard to pick. Let's see. The girl in the pink in the back. Okay. Right over here. You are, yes, there's lots of pink.
Yeah, I was talking about
I got pink on too. Yes. I'm a very bouncy person. Okay. You are all field mice. Do you know what happens to the field mice?
they get eaten.
Okay. So, one of the favorite games that he liked to play was Duck, Duck, Goose. So, Freddie comes along and they start to play Duck, Duck, Goose. And he goes, duck, duck, duck. And about this time, one of the little field mice yells, Fru-Fru, you're going too slow. He starts to get really mad because what is his name? Freddy. Is his name Fru-Fru?
Yes.
And what happens to all the other mice? What do all the other mice start doing? They go, Fru-Fru, you're too slow. He starts getting really mad, and he comes along and he starts bopping him on the head. And when he gets to the last mice and he bops, all the mice start doing this. I'm going to need your help. Wham, wham, wham. We need help. Just 2 times, okay? All right. So you know what happens then? Down comes the good fairy. Can you do that with me? Down comes the good fairy. And she says, now little bunny Fru-Fru, I don't want to see you picking on these field mice and popping them on the head. I'll give you 3 chances. Then I'm going to turn you into a terrible, hairy goon. That's 1. And away she went. Well, there stood Freddy, just a-shaking. He said, oh, I don't guess I ought to do that for a while. And so, he decided he was going to be good for a while, because really Freddy was a good bunny. And so, a few days went by, and he was out running with his friends, and he went, hop, 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 I like to hop. Hop, 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 I like to hop. Hop, 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 I like to hop. And so they ran those races, and of course he won. Woo! I won, woo! But then he decided it was time to play Duck, Duck, Goose. He figured it would be better this time. And he went, duck, duck, duck. He got a little further this time. Duck, and all of a sudden one of them said, Fru-Fru, you're too slow. And all the mice started yelling, Fru-Fru, you're too slow.
No, wait.
He started to get mad. And he went along
You're too slow.
and he bumped all those mice on the head.
It's a run. Lady, run. Lady, run.
He's a bunny, he's fast. And what happened? Down came the good fairy. And she said, now little bunny Fru-Fru, Freddy, I don't want to see you picking on these field mice and popping them on the head. I've given you 3 chances. If you do it again, I'm going to turn you into a terrible, hairy hare. That's 2. And away she went. Well, by this time, Freddy was so unhappy about being called Fru-Fru, and he was so unhappy about the way his friends were treating him, he decided he was going to buck those mice from now till eternity. And so anytime he could find a mouse that he was chasing, he would bump him on the head. One day, he had a particularly bad day, and everybody was being mean, and every once in a while he'd hear out in the breeze, he could have just been the trees, but he kept hearing, Fru-Fru, Fru-Fru, Fru-Fru. Oh, he was very unhappy, and he started to get mad. He started getting angry, and he started chasing little mice. And whenever he caught them, he would bump them on the head. And one time, he catched a whole bunch of them, and what do you think happened? Down came the little fairy. And she said, now little bunny Fru-Fru, I'm sorry, my name is not Fru-Fru. Now little bunny Freddy, I don't want to see you scooping up them field mice and putting them on the head. I gave you 3 chances. Now I'm going to turn you into a terrible, hairy hare. Do you know what a hare is?
Yes.
It's another name for a bunny. And the fairy said, that's 3. And as she did, Freddie started to move. And he turned around, and he turned around, and pretty soon, he was Harry. You see, I can't say anymore. There's this hair on my face, and a hairy hair. What am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna go see my mom. And Harry did. He hopped as fast as he could till he got to where his mom was. He did hop, hop, hop. I like to hop. Hop, hop, hop. I like to hop. Hop, hop, hop. I like to hop. And when he got there, he went in to see his mom, and she looked at all that hair, and she said, "You need a haircut." And so it was. What happened is that fairy, when she came up to him, he says, she turned him into a hairy hair. That meant from now, for the rest of his life, he was going to be reminded that he shouldn't be bad. He should, just because somebody else was mean to him, didn't mean he had to be mean back to them. And so every day, for the rest of his life, he had to have a haircut. And that's the true story of Little Buddy Fru-Fru.
And I can tell you what I love best about that story is we like to talk about bullies a lot, but we just found out there's a reason someone became a bully. So maybe if we don't tease people, there'll be less of them in this world. Thank you. That was great.